defends LPG price hike, says consumers shielded from true LPG cost, asserts that LPG under recovery at 600 to 700 rupees. Indian man killed in US, out for job, shot dead by 2 gunmen, suspected targeted attack under probe. It was a fake pizza order that was used as a trap. And our focus tonight. TMC is facing a backlash on the streets of Kolkata and fighting for its survival in West Bengal Assembly and the Parliament. Mamata Banerjee has made claims that he has the support of over 60 MLAs that have switched from the TMC. And speculations are rife about MPs appearing before the Speaker to lead the TMC. Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee are in a huddle to save the party. They are in Delhi and set to attend the meeting of the NDTV Bloc and reach out to the MPs. TMC has about 28 members in Lok Sabha, 13 members in Rajya Sabha. They won 80 seats in the recently concluded assembly elections. But now, about 60 MLAs have deserted the party. In the midst of all of this, the opposition alliance is set to hold a crucial meeting in the national capital on the 8th of June. Well, according to the Congress party, 23 political parties have confirmed their participation. TMC has affirmed that NDTV Bloc is united and meeting with a common purpose and a clear intent. Ahead of this meeting, Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal met Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. Even though AAP has distanced itself from the coalition, taken a sharp dig at the Congress party and said that BJP and Congress are hand in gloves to weaken the smaller parties. Another India Bloc party, DMK, has claimed that it will boycott the meeting as the party is not part of the alliance after the Congress betrayal in Tamil Nadu. Congress leader Rashid Alvi has stated that the smaller parties should merge with the Congress party as BJP will not allow them to survive.
Certainly after the meeting we will tell the agenda. We are discussing about the current political situation in the country. The way in which the government of India is bulldozing anti-democratic attitudes and the issue of students. Lot many issues are have to discuss in this meeting. This is an India Alliance meeting. Certainly, in all India Alliance meeting is important. This is also important meeting.
After a long time, a formal meeting of India Bloc is taking place. I do not know who are all the leaders going to be present there, which are the parties going to attend the meeting. I do not know all the informations. Even agenda is not very clear. Every party has certain issues to raise. DMK is not attending that meeting. Left parties openly have said there are issues to be raised. This cannot be taken as cracks.
देखिए, कांग्रेस जो भी अलायंस करता है उनका सोल मकसद अपने आप को मजबूत करना है। उनका मकसद देश को मजबूत करने का नहीं है, देश हित में नहीं है। कल भी हमने देखा कि किस तरह युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़े हो गए, देश के युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़े हो गए। जो पार्टी देश के युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़ी हो उसके साथ कैसे खड़ा हो सकते हैं हम लोग देश के युवाओं के साथ हैं। आपने देखा कि हाल ही में जो तमिलनाडु में चुनाव कंक्लूड हुए, एक दिन नहीं लगा उनको अपने अलायंस पार्टनर की पीठ में छुरा भोंकने से। हम देख चुके हैं कि डायरेक्ट फाइट में कहीं भी कांग्रेस बीजेपी को हराने में सक्षम नहीं है। देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ एन अलायंस विद कांग्रेस।
विषय है, ये दुनिया का सामने एक लाफिंग स्टॉक बन गया। आज तक कभी सुना जी इंडिया ब्लॉक की सारे आला नेता एक जगह बैठकर प्रेस को एड्रेस किया, एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करा? पश्चिम बंगाल में खुलेआम ममता बनर्जी कांग्रेस के खिलाफ चुनाव लड़ा, तो कौन सा इंडिया ब्लॉक, कहां का इंडिया ब्लॉक? टू वैंक्विश्ड कैनॉट मेक एनी विक्टर। आने वाला 20 साल में भारत की जो सत्ताधारी पार्टी है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी, उसको हटाना मुश्किल नहीं नामुमकिन है। लेकिन लोकतंत्र को मजबूत करने के लिए एक सशक्त विपक्ष का जरूरत है। दुर्भाग्य है कि भारत जैसा दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा लोकतंत्र की जननी, उसमें कोई विपक्ष नहीं मिल रहा है।
कांग्रेस 100 एमपी से ज़्यादा की पार्टी है और मेरी ये भी राय है कि आज छोटी पार्टीज जितनी भी हैं उनमें से ज़्यादातर पार्टीज़ को कांग्रेस के साथ मर्ज कर देना चाहिए। आज देश का यही तकाजा है। छोटी छोटी पार्टीज़ देश के अंदर सरवाइव नहीं कर सकती, बीजेपी नहीं करने देगी। आप देख रहे हैं बंगाल के अंदर ममता की पार्टी को ख़त्म किया जा रहा है, महाराष्ट्र के अंदर शिवसेना ख़त्म कर दी, शरद पवार की पार्टी ख़त्म कर दी। उनके पास एजेंसीज भी हैं, उनके पास काला धन भी है। इसलिए इन पार्टीज़ को अगर बचना है तो कांग्रेस के साथ आना पड़ेगा और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का मुकाबला करना पड़ेगा।
And TMC is indeed fighting for its political survival after the debacle in the recently concluded polls. There are crack in TMC MP ranks. Parliament after Assembly, that's the big question. There are reports of growing disquiet among the TMC Member of Parliament. Several MPs are said to be in touch with the rebel camp. MPs are upset over party's internal power equations. There is also this discontent which is linked to Abhishek Banerjee's rise within the TMC. Many call it an instance of nepotism. The old guard has said to be pushing for a bigger role, but they have never quite gotten a share of what they were demanding. The Delhi unit emerges as a new power center, as Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee try to negotiate with this new power center. The rebel camp claims to have the support beyond the assembly. They're saying not just 60 MLAs, we don't stop there, we're also talking about the member of parliament. There are fears of revolt which is spreading from Kolkata to Delhi. And what will happen in the next few days is a wait and watch. We have the guest joining us on the broadcast. Will the TMC be able to successfully fight for its survival? What kind of role will TMC really play in the India bloc? Will Mamata Banerjee and her political ambition to come to the centre and bring the parties together against the BJP find some kind of political momentum, or will it be a no-show? Those are the key questions that we asked our guest tonight. Joining us on the broadcast is Mr. R.P. Singh of the BJP. We also have Tausif Ahmed Khan, who's a political analyst, Ms. Gadgi Nandi Roy, who's a political analyst, and Mahua Chatterjee, who's a political analyst, joining us on the broadcast. Good evening, all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. R.P. Singh, I would like to begin with you and addressing the elephant in the room here. The Congress party has made an allegation that BJP is not allowing smaller regional parties to survive. NCP, Shiv Sena, and now the Trinamool Congress. Response, sir, to that allegation, please.
Well, I heard Omar Abdullah saying the same for the Congress party. And I heard DMK saying something like that, that they have stabbed us in the back. The Congress has stabbed us in the back. So, who is not able to carry the alliance together is one can see through. But let's see how it's happening. Right from Kashmir, I just spoke about the National Conference, Omar Abdullah. Let's talk about Punjab. Aam Aadmi Party is already against the Congress party, and then Samajwadi Party supports Aam Aadmi Party. Between Congress and Aam Aadmi Party, they come and support Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. Going to Jharkhand already Jharkhand Mukti Morcha has raised serious questions about Congress party as far as the Rajya Sabha seat goes, and so has RJD. Going to Kerala, Kerala, the left parties are already saying that Congress has said that Congress and BJP are in, Congress and left are in alliance.
Right.
So is DMK, give me a second, DMK is saying that they have stabbed us in the back. UBT is not participating in the meeting. I've been told UBT has said that they won't participate in the meeting. So where is the alliance? I remember it used to be some 46 parties, today it's 23 parties. This alliance is...
Mr. Singh, I agree with you that there is no unity within the opposition bloc. I don't think there can be any debate about it. Look at the numbers. You rightly pointed out earlier it was more than 40 parties and now it's 23. The big players like DMK are staying out of it. The Aam Aadmi Party also has expressed its reservations, but that's not my moot question. The moot question is that Congress party is accusing the BJP of attacking smaller regional parties. To what extent that allegation really sticks, sir?
Well, it's the parties who have to manage their internal affair. If there's a rebel between the TMC, then how can we be responsible for that? When people people have rebelled in the state. The citizen of the West Bengal has rebelled against Mr. Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee and Mamata Banerjee, and so has the party cadre and the party leaders have rebelled against Mamata Banerjee also.
Okay. No,
That's
a fair point you make, that the political parties have to manage their own affairs and BJP cannot be held responsible for it. Gargi Nandi Royji, I'm coming to you, taking in a perspective from you. The first point about the opposition unity and the ambition of Mamata Banerjee that she can play some kind of role at the centre, while the ground beneath her seems to be unstable, to say the very least. The disgruntlement of the member of MLAs at the state level and now the member of parliament, all of that points out that the control of the party, the MPs and MLAs, is going out of the hands of Mamata Banerjee. Gargi Nandi Roy.
Yes, thank you for inviting me. You know, the thing is that TMC is imploding from within. And why so? Because I'll tell you, in the history of independent India, I don't think the scale of corruption that has happened in Bengal has happened anywhere else in this country. At least in last few years, I don't know, I think 60, 70, 80,000 crore, maybe that has been stolen by the TMC people. There are 100 councillors in Kolkata. I'll tell you, I think they must have made more than 5,000 crore. A councillor has bought hills in Mirik. Today only, I'll just give you one example. Today, one councillor, Bappaditto, was arrested. People did egg therapy. Now, the thing is, people there in the Patuli, they are saying if they had 1 katha of land, they had to pay Bappaditto 2 lakhs. If they had to put a commode in the toilet, they had to pay money to Bappaditto. If they had to appoint a plumber in the home, if the plumber's fee was 100 rupees, 20 rupees more for Bappaditto. I'm just giving one example. Everywhere, the councillor, for the MLAs, the MPs, the kind of corruption they have done. Why do you think Kakuli Ghosh Dostida suddenly resigned from all her posts? I'll tell you why she did. Out of fear. Why do you think these people, they are in fear? They want to distance from Abhishek Banerjee because they know sooner or later Abhishek will be arrested. Because ED has already summoned on 15. Tomorrow he's been summoned by CID. His name is there in CBI charge sheet. Kakuli Ghosh Dostida, a councillor who has been very close to Kakuli Ghosh Dostida in Barashat, mostly ward number 7.
I take your broader point that corruption is something.
You know, the councillors,
that haunts
the MLAs, the MPs, they are scared. They are scared, but if they have done corruption, they have done wrong, they should be punished. But they want to distance from Bhaipo now because they know now Bhaipo will be. The BJP did not do anything before election because they feared maybe that there will be chaos. Jahangir and their henchmen will create ruckus. So now ED has called. So kind of thing Bhaipo has done, and thousands of crores have been done, hawala and sent to European countries. So that's why these MLAs, MPs, nobody is holy cow in TMC, I'll tell you. I know robbers, thieves always try to get shelter in political parties.
Well, ma'am, let's see what political side they really switch in the future. On that note, let me bring in other guests also with us on the broadcast. Tausif Ahmed Khan, 2 points. Mr. R.P. Singh rightly said that if a political party is breaking from within, it is their responsibility to ensure that their house is in order. And Gargi Nandi Roy reminding us of the grave allegations of corruption that have existed on the TMC leaders and specifically against Abhishek Banerjee. Do you think in the midst of all of this, the MPs and the MLAs are merely trying to distance themselves from Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee? Mr. Tausif Ahmed Khan.
There is no denial that BJP from the last 5 years have been alleging that Abhishek Banerjee has been involved in so many scams, that there are evidence they have that he could be arrested anytime. But from the last 5 years, and even after the fall of the Trinamool government, we have seen that Abhishek Banerjee has not been arrested. There were notices sent from Kolkata Corporation that a portion of the building or perhaps the entire building was illegal. Abhishek Banerjee challenged it on camera. Please tell in writing which portion or if the entire building is illegal, what you are declaring going to demolish. But no clear communication and no clear action has been taken by the BJP yet against Abhishek Banerjee. Therefore, how can we trust what they say? What is their intention? Is their intention only to do politics?
So, Tausif, what do you think is the reason that the parties are breaking up from within?
Well, parties is breaking from within, as we all know. Some of them were really wanted to save themselves from the ED and CBI and all those criminal actions. Some of them were really wanted to just stay glued to the power. Some of them had some kind of maybe pressure. I mean, at least what BJP could have done is not have entertained the rebel section of the party, because Trinamool party, the political party, had already given the letter to the speaker stating who their LOP is going to be. The decision to decide...
Let me bring in, on that note, let me also bring in Mahua Chatterjee into the discussion. Mahua Chatterjee, do you believe that this is an attempt to distance from Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee because there's some kind of grave corruption that happened during the TMC rule? And as Tosi was pointing out, they're scared of ED and CBI. But the thought that crossed my mind was that if you have not done something wrong, why would you be scared of the central agencies? Mahua Chatterjee, your thoughts on it?
Exactly. You know, you just said it. If you have not done something wrong, then why are you scared and why are you trying to jump the ship? The point is, it's a great idea to, you know, blame your faults on your party leaders, Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. Maybe they are thoroughly corrupt. Then why did you stick with them for so long? Why did you wait for this opportunity when the party lost? And now you're, you know, jumping ship. So it's a little awkward in that sense. And the other thing is, Abhishek Banerjee has been, Tausif just now explained very well actually. You know, there are so many, I don't remember the number of times because we used to cover it, when every time Abhishek was called for some ED or IT or CBI or whatever appearances in Delhi. So the numbers were so high that we've actually lost count. So the point is, why was he allowed to let go if you had evidence on him? So I'm not on that. My point is totally different. My point is, this is a time when the Trinamool has lost badly to the BJP in West Bengal. And that is the opportune moment for all the people who may have skeletons in their backyards, and they have to save themselves.
Okay, I'm going to take closing comments from Mr. R.P. Singh and Gargi Nandi Roy. Mr. R.P. Singh, as far as the India opposition bloc is concerned, you said that they are not a formidable political force to stand up to the BJP. Mamata Banerjee is trying to build some kind of momentum at the center to also ensure her own political survival in the midst of the storm that she's facing right now. But do you see India bloc gaining any kind of political momentum? Your message to your opposition allies, partners.
Well, they need to have some ideology. One. Secondly, if you want to oppose us, then you need to present some alternative. Well, do they have an alternative to present to the nation? Okay, this is how we will run the government and this is how we are running a state government. One. Secondly, what is the ideology? What is the ideology on various subjects? I mean, each party has a different ideology. And I'm repeating again. Mark my word, after 1 year, Mr. Rahul Gandhi won't be leader of opposition. After they lose UP, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Himachal and Gujarat, the parties they are trying to align with will revolt against them and will have their own leader of opposition other than Rahul Gandhi.
All right, a quick word from Gargi Nandi Roy. Ma'am, 30 seconds.
Yes, firstly, a question to Tausif. Tausif himself was disgruntled. That's why he contested on an independent ticket from Entally. Having said that, yes, for BJP, you know, when there is a split opposition, it is advantage BJP. There is hardly any indie bloc. DMK is not coming. So the left is questioning the Congress, that the Congress was criticizing.
Well, ma'am, I agree with you there that the India bloc at this point at least seemed to be completely divided. And there is no unity within the opposition partners. When that meeting happened on the 8th of June,
why did he contest on an independent ticket if he was...
But Gargi Nandi Roy, Mr. R.P. Singh, Tausif Ahmed Khan and Mahua Chatterjee, thank you all for joining us this evening. That's all the time that I have. But thank you for joining us on this debate. This is indeed something to watch out for as the meeting happens on the 8th of June of the India bloc. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition. Thank you so much for watching.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा आरती और मसाला।
Launch control 0 to 100.
This isn't just about cars and bikes. This is about how you move. This car makes no sense, yet it makes every sense. What we are sitting inside is a Joby-powered air taxi. Your friend said, "Ye le le." We said, maybe not. Hi, my name is Siddharth Sharma. I'm your NDTV Automate, your ultimate guide into the world of automobiles and mobility.
India's unshakable news habit. NDTV.com is India's #1 English news website.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद हर रोज।
आपने तो दीदी को एकदम धो डाला।
इसमें जनता का जीत है, मोदी जी का जीत है।
आज के की खाबेन झालमुड़ी ना माछेर झोल।
How will you celebrate?
झालमुड़ी माछेर झोल with रसगुल्ला।
You know, you remember you promised me that you will come to Kabini and do an interview with me. You like going to the forest?
This is
The winds of change and churn are blowing through India's southern states. You've just seen me in Tamil Nadu, where you've seen a superstar rising. I've just been to Karnataka, where there's been a generational shift in the chief minister's post. And now I've landed in the beautiful state of Andhra Pradesh, which has no shortage of its own superstars. And that's why it's our pleasure to be joined today on NDTV by Pavan Kalyan, the Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh.
Hi,
good
sir.
to have you, sir. It's good to see you here. I know how busy you are with everything that's going on in your state, in your neighboring state. I'm going to start with the headlines that Pavan Kalyan has just been making now. And it happens to be in Telangana, where you were recently denied permission, sir, on Telangana Formation Day to hold a big public meeting. Why did that happen? Why did they stop that?
I don't know. It's my constitutional right. It's a simple meeting with 2,000 sadhaks of my party who are active party cadre, and it's an indoor. I don't know. I think somehow that's scared. Otherwise, there is no need for them to deny permission.
But what is there to be scared? You live there. People are saying you're not a son of the soil. Only sons of the soil can, look at creating a political footprint there.
Then that means Congress should not step into the south. Or anyone, if that is the argument, this country won't function. And no other party, and every party should become a regional party, very the native centric. That does not happen. When we sing Vande Mataram, when we see Janagana Mana, we never look at it as Bengali. We say this with a national spirit. I think this is a very shallow argument.
Who is nervous about Pavan Kalyan doing something? It's not like it's your first time in Telangana, sir. I mean, you live there, you've lived there, you have family there, you have a history there, you've contested elections there before as well. But why are people nervous now? What is different now?
I don't know really, because for me, I've been doing politics even much before I initiated my political journey in 2007 to 2008. Active politics started from 2008 mid onwards. And always I went through entire Telangana. I mean, more of my political journey, it initiated in Telangana and have a greater grip in Telangana when it comes to very committed cadre. Maybe I think that could be the reason for them. What if he gains a
a stronger foothold. I think that should be the reason.
Because they are accusing you, sir, of playing divisive politics. They're saying that you're trying to remind people of the divisions between the two states, and it's not about ideology. A whole generation has passed, and that's the reason why you're being denied permission.
There is no way that they can say it. Okay, first of all, I shifted my party office to AP completely. But I have very strong cadre. There's no second thought about it. And they've been contesting local bodies. They've been, even without my presence, whether I go there or not, even we won a few seats in local bodies.
Yeah.
And our party leaders keep on contesting in MLA and MP elections. It is not that how much percentage of votes, how much, but they keep on fighting. That's how they like the kind of ideology or thought process what I carry and what I stand for. I think beyond that, like I never had any reasons. I don't know why suddenly, all of a sudden, this shift, and I never did any divisive politics. In fact, it is a vice versa. I'm not even certain voices, and I can't say a few voices. I'd rather say even you should not step here, you should not come here, and that is my home. Though this is my karma bhumi, that's my home. In fact, in my entire political journey, my fighting spirit to fight for nation, for issues, it initiated in Telangana. I've been living there ever since I was from when I started being 21. Till then, though I was in Chennai before, but entire my journey was my major part of my life. It is in Telangana and Hyderabad. So they cannot deny. I'm an Indian citizen. I'm a part of Telangana.
Yeah.
My home, my kids, everyone are there. It's something. This is I think they are doing divisive politics. So that too, it's a very strange. If even TRS has done the turn into BRS, I would not have surprised. Strangely, BRS had never done it in the last 10 years, and suddenly Congress is doing it. That's a strange part of Congress. In fact, Congress really adopts to the local situations. At a center level, they behave like they are completely at a national integrity and all. When it comes to the states for the sake of power, they can go to any low extremes. I think it is their narrative.
Some analysts also say, sir, that Pawan Kalyan is being used by the Congress to keep down the TRS or the BRS. And that to split the anti-incumbency, keep them in control, make them fight with each other. Do you think that's...
No. In fact, if that is a reason, then I would have actively been in politics, Telangana politics. Actually, I would have gone and done it. But I feel they knew it's a newly formed state. People's aspirations, their leadership aspirations had to be met up. And that's why for 10 to 12 years, I think I didn't even I didn't even try to really make a deep focus, though I was completely into it at one point of time. It is nothing to do with, this is a kind of blame game.
Yeah.
Because the BRS itself is, I think, they are the ones who fought for it. They really stood by it. I have respect for them. And I think this is a kind of tale woven by, I don't know whoever it could be.
What is your next step as far as Telangana is concerned now? Some stumbling blocks have been put in front of you in terms of what you're trying to do, public meetings, etc. Has that made you re-strategize? There are big municipal elections that I hear you are planning to fight, and also the next election.
For me, it is like whatever if my cadre is really strong enough, and I'll stand by them. And I think my cadre is strong enough, they'll fight for it. In fact, in last GHMC elections, around 30 to 40 corporators from Janasena were about to, and they filed nominations. When they're about to file nominations at the request of local BJP leadership, I requested them to withdraw, and they were very upset about it. But still I said, I don't want to, let us not disturb the voting pattern here. And I went there, but I think this time it will be different. I think even this time the problem with the leadership and cadre is, even they're not in a mindset to listen to me. And they said, it is a gross injustice if you stop us one more time. Then I said,
So you're letting them...
I have to let them there. I don't have a choice as a party.
Let's come to Andhra Pradesh now, sir. The state where you are the Deputy Chief Minister now. First of all, I hear that, Panchayati Raj, which is one of your, one of your areas under your charge, the ranking for Andhra Pradesh has gone from 24 to number 1.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. That's actually an incredible feat. But 2 years into this Andhra Pradesh result, this government, how do you assess? How good do you think you've been as a Deputy Chief Minister?
I know that I cannot talk about myself. I think the ranks show.
Yeah.
First of all. And it is my, in all these years, I think especially there was never such initiatives taken by any Panchayat Raj who held before me. So what we've been doing is we are reaching out to the people where they never had roads, and PM Janman, whatever the center schemes, and we really completely utilized it to its fullest. And we are making sure that basic Jal Jeevan Mission, G-Ramji, the newly initiated G-Ramji programs, and reviving water, restoration of lakes, and especially in the rural connectivity.
Yeah.
I think at a big way it's happening. Of course, I handle environment, and which I am taking to cleanse Godavari.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest ambitious mission as I am going to handle now. And I think but still we are in a crunch of funds. There is no second thought about it. But within the limitation of our funds, limitation of our financial situation, but still I think we're doing way better than anyone before. And with little financial crunches, if you could overcome, I think we will do at a superior level.
Okay. I want to zoom out a little bit, sir, now from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana to some of the other southern states, because big things have been happening there, and I want your views as well. We've heard your comments about Vijay in Tamil Nadu. You're also a superstar actor. I loved your comment where you said you're slightly jealous of the speed with which his first show happened. No, it's an honest comment. It's nice. But, you've had your own path. He's had his own path. No two paths are the same. But what did you think of that? It was genuinely a first show kind of perfect political storm for Vijay. What went through your mind when you saw it unfold?
I don't know, because for me it was, it's not a surprise or something.
Yeah.
Because for me, as you rightly pointed out, each person's growth trajectory is quite unique.
Yeah.
Depending on, in fact, for me, it is like, it's the most toughest journey which I did, right from 2007. Yeah. In fact, it was a unified state. And we had a lot of factionism, a lot of, militancy was there, and a lot of caste verticals are there, regional issues are there, statehood issues were there. Amongst all this, to get into politics, it's like a hierarchy. But my madness for my nation, my madness for stability of the country, and for me, it's always, I'm a nationalist at heart. I'm more of a nationalist at heart, and I feel a lot of social harmony is needed.
Yeah.
I think that made me to jump into politics.
Yeah.
And a lot of
and we see your comments very often about Operation Sindoor and
because
national issues.
For me, that's how. That's why I feel most of the regional parties. I don't know. At least to my observation, I wish I could be. I'll stand corrected if someone corrects me. But the regional parties, the core thought is all about their region or their statehood. They don't think beyond their state. So nation comes, I don't know, unless they go to Delhi. And that too, because they themselves don't have any national policy for a regional party.
Yeah.
This is where regional parties really play a bigger role in integration of nation. I feel that gap I had seen. And that is the reason for many regional parties sometimes, though they fulfill the aspirations of the regional state, with the states where they're formed. But I think at a national level, I think they miss certain things, and which is not right for the nation's integrity and harmony. I think that's where I started. So as you said about Mr. Vijay, there's an entire journey altogether. Because I came into politics in 2007. And from then...
2 decades.
2 decades.
Yeah, amazing.
And it was a tough journey for me. And sometimes I felt like giving up. Sometimes I feel like, why the hell I was in politics? And I had gone through all kinds of experiences. But I am hardened and toughened by experiences. I wish I could have such kind of smooth journey like Mr. Vijay. In that way, I said, okay, I was envious.
No. But how do you think it happened, Mr. Pawan Kalyan? The question a lot of curious minds and observers will say is, how could this happen? You have entrenched parties in Tamil Nadu. That is also a state that has seen its own superstars. It's not like Vijay was the first superstar. How do you think it happened?
Because I had seen a group in a greater part in Chennai.
Yeah, same here, by the way. We share that.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was born and brought up in Chennai as well.
Goodness, you must be in Tamil.
I do.
Okay. You're playing in Okay. In fact, there is a kind of, you understand, there is a gap. Right from my childhood, I've been watching. Always it's 5 years. If one government is there, success the next time another government comes. But in recent times, I mean, say post 2000, I had seen Mr. Vijaykanth launching his party. I was there in Chennai around the Tripalachi area. I think went for a shooting. I was watching all the proceedings then. And always there is a welcoming approach to a new committed leadership where people believe in. And also cinema stardom plays a very pivotal role in Tamil politics.
Yeah.
And because if you notice, all of them came through cinema, through the cultural movements, cultural renaissance. So I think somewhere cinema and politics, I think, interwoven in Tamil Nadu. Even Andhra is not to that extent. Andhra is maybe because of Mr. NTR. Otherwise, not as interwoven as Tamil Nadu.
Right.
So that could be one of the reasons. And I think this particular success, I feel, somewhere the NDA strategy was not up to the mark. Otherwise, they could have easily cracked. To my knowledge, I think to my experience or to my whatever my understanding, post Murugan Manadu, the AIDMK and BJP alliance would have cracked it.
Yeah.
If, I don't know, at least I firmly believed that point of time, or whatever reports I had, they were about to form the government, if they would have taken the momentum. So that shows...
From that one issue.
From that Murugan Manadu. Yeah. And no, people are looking for a different governance. So somewhere, I think, collectively, I think they missed. I think I think that advantage, I think Mr. Vijay took it. That's what I think.
Since you're speaking about the NDA, I will ask you about Mr. Annamalai. I saw you wish him, it's his birthday. While we're recording this, it's his birthday today. What do you think happened, Mr. Pawan Kalyan, to Annamalai? He'd been given a lot of opportunities. Young, popular face, someone who had some ideas, but he feels like he's tired.
No. He is a dynamic leader. I really respect him. I really admire him in a way, the way he handles. And he has got a lot of ideological commitment, and he has a very consistent approach.
Yeah.
I think somewhere I felt he was needed little guidance. Sometimes at that level, when you are handling a party, sometimes you feel lonely. Sometimes you need a kind of, sharing your thoughts, mentoring is needed. And Tamil Nadu has a very unique dynamics, political dynamics. I felt after he lost in Coimbatore, I personally felt this was my thought, because I was going through more or less just a few years before. When he went to, I think, UK, I felt he should not have gone. Sometimes you have to be there. That's okay to go through humiliation. I don't know, whatever. I'm not saying his reasons could be entirely different what I'm saying, but this is what my perception.
You're saying he should have stuck to it.
You should have stuck to it. And he could have established himself. So that gap, I think, paved a different thing. Even after that, I felt even that is fine. I think that's what I shared with him. I think you are the future of Tamil Nadu, and I think you should stick around. But I don't know the internal dynamics.
Correct.
Sometimes internal dynamics, from an outside I can see something, but internal dynamics it could be does not work. It might, I don't know what exactly.
But do you think it's a mistake for him to walk away at this time, or you're right, we don't know what the
internal dynamics
are.
Because it depends. Maybe sometimes I feel he's a man of great integrity, and his commitment to country, his commitment to Tamil Nadu, his commitment to culture is entirely at a different level. And I think if given a choice to him, no matter whether he would have been in BJP or even if he goes on an independent journey, I think he is the future of Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
No matter what.
You have a good relationship with the BJP, and especially with Prime Minister Modi. 12 years coming up of Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. He visited you, last month. Lovely moment that was. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with Modi, and then I'll ask you about your relationship with the BJP, since we're on that topic also.
Okay. It is my connection with BJP starts with, of course, I know a lot of new BJP leaders even before, but my admiration for Modi ji is at another level. See, I came. In fact, normally when we're growing up, and always we felt, including in my family, my father used to say, this country needs a very strong leader who could inspire across India. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, we had to look forward for that kind of leaders. I wish that was one of my father's wish. So when Modi ji was the chief minister in Gujarat, when he was doing when I was a Gujarat chief, I think one meeting and I think around Bush, I think, and he was around nearer to Pakistan border. I think he did that 15th Independence Day Tiringa. I think he was addressing it. I think that was my triggering point. Till then I know about him. We closely watch, being in political interesting. Interest is there. So I used to watch around what's happening in each and every state. So always I watched, was observing Modi ji's trajectory closely. But then that particular moment, I think I felt this man is the future of our country and we need him. And why is the reason? I said this man speaks from the bottom of his heart and he doesn't mince his words. I feel he says what he means. And I feel I would like to meet him one day. That's what I had when I saw that. Maybe when I formed the party, I think I was the first guy to go from southern part of India. I met him.
He's very fond of you. And he shows it also when he meets you.
That's his goodness. But actually, I don't look forward to whether he likes me or not. For me, it is like country needs that kind of leaders. So I went and met him. I only told him, sir, I felt the moment, I think by then he was not even announced as the Prime Minister candidate. I think yet to be announced. But I went to him, sir, I think you're going to be my best wisher, you're going to be PM, sir. And whatever from my side to strengthen your leadership, I'll do I'll give my best, and that's how it started. And I feel through thick and thin, I would like to stand by him, and the country needs him. And 12 years, and no other leader could do what he had done. And in holding people together, forget about, apart from development, apart from growth, economy, I mean, whatever the toughest issues like Article 370, strengthening the borders of West Bengal, even through election, the way his hard work is so inspiring. And I felt holding out to the post for 12 years, I think it's a phenomenal victory. And the most beautiful part is, he is the only prime minister in this generation, and now at least in my generation, last at least 30, 40 years I could see. No other prime minister had connected the common people's lives of length and breadth of India. The way he connects, whether he sits in Delhi, whether he goes anywhere, the way he touches the remote parts of India, no matter which language you speak, which culture you follow, but the connect with him is amazing. No other prime minister had ever touched such kind of connect with people.
Last two questions, Mr. Pawan Kalyan. We've talked about Modi, we've talked about the NDA. Now I want to talk a little bit about the opposition. We've just seen a big round of elections right now, lots of changes in West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, etc. What is your assessment of the opposition right now? You're seeing what's happening in Bengal right now, big upheaval there. Is the India bloc, up on its last legs? The DMK has said that they're not going to attend the India bloc meeting. There is upheaval as far as, the Congress, the Trinamool, the others are concerned. What is the state of the opposition according to Pawan Kalyan?
For me, traditionally, and to say to you openly, my father was into socialism in a unified communist party. And from my mother's side, they were very staunch Congress loyalists. Though my father shifted he used to vote for Congress also. Once both the Unified Communist Party became two. But I had seen in my family, they were very strong supporters of Congress, as long Indira Gandhi ji was there. Even to an extent, Rajiv Gandhi ji was there. They could say slowly, but the disconnect started because of their policies. And this is what I had seen in my own home. And my parents started liking, it started with Vajpayee ji. So there is some, my father is, this is a standard observation, I think they should stop their appeasement politics. This is what is going to hurt the nation. So if you start doing that...
And you're saying this to all of them. You're saying this to the entire opposition.
Yeah. The appeasement politics is the one which is going to wipe them out. And the problem with them is they destabilize with their thought process. I really expected some kind of a greater understanding when this man, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, walked length and breadth of India from Kashmir to, from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. I thought that experience alone would give him a lot of insight. Because if you go and meet people, for me, if I go and meet people, that gives me a very greater understanding, greater depth. But I felt after walking from here, from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, and the way he understood, then I said, he has become more shallow. It is like you cannot instigate society, one against another. And that's what exactly today, what's happening in Telangana is more because of Congress, short-sightedness, Congress, the divisive approach. Instead of unifying the country, they instigate people for their power, and that's what exactly is happening. And Congress, that is a reason. If you look at in any kind of divisive thought is, they try to encourage it. Maybe for the sake of their power, whatever, I don't know what goes into their mind, I don't know. Even when they go out of country. You cannot demean your own nation when you step out of the country. If whatever fight is there, you do your fight here. But don't ever say that, don't try to demean the country. You might dislike Modi ji, you might hate Modi ji. Keep it within the borders of the country. You cannot take that because you're defaming the country. I think this is where the problem with Congress leadership, current Congress leadership is. They don't understand the cultural connect. They don't understand how to keep the nation in an integrated with an integrated approach. That I think their appeasement, the divisive approach, their the confrontational attitude. There is no dialogue. There is no debate in assembly. It's other than blame game. I think youth and people and anyone is tired of that.
That brings me to my final question, the youth. And we saw the announcement that you just made about the Gen Z and wanting to do and energize something in that direction. We're seeing many aspects of it right now, sir. From Vijay in Tamil Nadu, to the Cockroach Janata Party that's come up as well. Various aspects and manifestations of the Gen Z element of our future and politics. What is Pawan Kalyan's idea of Gen Z and what you want to do for them?
See, I feel politically speaking. We have to understand Gen Z is not a new term.
Yeah.
Every new generation has initiated a thought. If you look at 40s and all, 30s, we had seen Nehruji when they were youngsters.
Yeah.
When they were youngsters. Then they came from, they were about to do, they finished ICS and they came into freedom movement. Someone were doing different jobs, they came into freedom. So every generation defines the contemporary politics. Yeah. And in that point, in that manner, I say in 70s and 60s, it was socialist movements. In 70s, it was like a very left-wing movements. Yeah. If you look at it, every generation defines. I think this particular generation, they had the collective wisdom of last 2 to 3 generations, at least 3 generations. And what they're looking at, they had seen appeasement politics. They had seen the global, how global politics have changed, how the shallowness of certain Western nations are reflecting, hitting them, the identity politics.
Yeah.
And finally, what they look forward is stop people, I think, especially the current generation is hating a few things. They're looking for not just for employment, they're looking for stability. They're looking for social harmony and not instigate one against another. And second, majorly, I personally feel they are looking, when I interact with a lot of people, they're asking to be, they're requesting. I said, how long you would keep on giving freebies? And then what about it? As long as you keep on, for the vote's sake, if you keep on announcing freebies, you are destroying the core development.
Yeah.
And that is the core anger. That is a core anger. As long as you don't address that part, freebies are needed, some kind of social measures are needed, definitely it is needed. Some social, for especially for the physically challenged or certain sections of the society who are being denied for generations. I think we should government should stand by them. But apart from that, it is becoming a kind of barter trade. Okay, if you vote for me, I'm going to give that. I think this attitude is really the current youth, which we call as Gen Z, is getting annoyed. I think they are looking for that change.
Okay. We'll have to see whether that change comes. It's something that occupies the minds of all parties. But thank you very much.
No, I would like to add.
You want to add something to that?
I would like to add one thing.
To the youth part of it?
Yeah, to the youth part.
Please.
Because I have been very, measured about the current generation. I want them, because I came into politics understanding these aspirations when I was in my early 30s. I started in 2007. 2003, I have decided to come into politics because I understood. I had seen this future anger is going to come, because if I am going through it, what would happen another 22 to 30 years from now?
Another generation,
I had seen it ahead. And that's what I was like, I had become what I had to become. But I wanted a balanced approach. But one caution, it's very easy to lakhs of people assemble on the roads. You can do sloganeering, but if it is not with a concrete political framework and with a very commitment, it is not going to go anywhere. They would be, one more time, they would be deceived. Even, for example, they're doing in Jantar Mandir, they're doing a protest. Like we had seen Anna Hazare moment, what happened? Someone else grabbed the power.
Yeah.
And again, they had been left out. And same thing, what is going to happen in Jantar Mantar today? Okay, it will create a chaos, it will create something. What happened in Egypt in the Arab Spring? People had come, people had sacrificed, but eventually the fundamentalists or whatever the traditional parties had seized the power. Even if what happened in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So it is very difficult to understand, because it's a Gen Z, it's very easy to blame somebody else, but you have to be very, very constructive. You have to understand the depth of society, the functionality of the political system. So it's going to be they have to be in a very cautious manner, really, if they want to achieve something, they want to progress.
It's something that all, like I said, the political parties are thinking very deeply about at this point of time, and we look forward to tracking all of it. Mr. Pawan Kalyan, great pleasure speaking
Thank you,
to
sir.
Thank you
very much. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you very much.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
Across the country, he has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Rawat, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekdays at 4 p.m.
Economy, business, world, technology. Noise filtered, numbers decoded. Insights that rewire your worldview. From governance to growth, we connect the dots. Your daily edge, your global advantage. India Business Report with me, Gauri Dwivedi, weeknights on NDTV Profit.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Center.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France, in Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
नमकीन चाहे जैसे खाओ 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसली स्वादिष्ट सेहतमंद हर रोज।
TMC is facing a backlash on the streets of Kolkata and fighting for its survival in West Bengal Assembly and the Parliament. Mamata Banerjee has made claims that he has the support of over 60 MLAs that have switched from the TMC. And speculations are rife about MPs appearing before the Speaker to lead the TMC. Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee are in a huddle to save the party. They are in Delhi and set to attend the meeting of the NDTV Bloc and reach out to the MPs. TMC has about 28 members in Lok Sabha, 13 members in Rajya Sabha. They won 80 seats in the recently concluded assembly elections. But now, about 60 MLAs have deserted the party. In the midst of all of this, the opposition alliance is set to hold a crucial meeting in the national capital on the 8th of June. Well, according to the Congress party, 23 political parties have confirmed their participation. TMC has affirmed that NDTV Bloc is united and meeting with a common purpose and a clear intent. Ahead of this meeting, Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal met Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. Even though AAP has distanced itself from the coalition, taken a sharp dig at the Congress party and said that BJP and Congress are hand in gloves to weaken the smaller parties. Another India Bloc party, DMK, has claimed that it will boycott the meeting as the party is not part of the alliance after the Congress betrayal in Tamil Nadu. Congress leader Rashid Alvi has stated that the smaller parties should merge with the Congress party as BJP will not allow them to survive.
Certainly after the meeting we will tell the agenda. We are discussing about the current political situation in the country. The way in which the government of India is bulldozing anti-democratic attitudes and the issue of students. Lot many issues are have to discuss in this meeting. This is an India Alliance meeting. Certainly, in all India Alliance meeting is important. This is also important meeting.
After a long time, a formal meeting of India Bloc is taking place. I do not know who are all the leaders going to be present there, which are the parties going to attend the meeting. I do not know all the informations. Even agenda is not very clear. Every party has certain issues to raise. DMK is not attending that meeting. Left parties openly have said there are issues to be raised. This cannot be taken as cracks.
देखिए, कांग्रेस जो भी अलायंस करता है उनका सोल मकसद अपने आप को मजबूत करना है. उनका मकसद देश को मजबूत करने का नहीं है, देश हित में नहीं है. कल भी हमने देखा कि किस तरह युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़े हो गए, देश के युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़े हो गए. जो पार्टी देश के युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़ी हो उसके साथ कैसे खड़ा हो सकते हैं हम लोग देश के युवाओं के साथ हैं. आपने देखा कि हाल ही में जो तमिलनाडु में चुनाव कंक्लूड हुए, एक दिन नहीं लगा उनको अपने अलायंस पार्टनर की पीठ में छुरा भोंकने से. हम देख चुके हैं कि डायरेक्ट फाइट में कहीं भी कांग्रेस बीजेपी को हराने में सक्षम नहीं है. देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ एन अलायंस विद कांग्रेस.
विषय है ये, दुनिया का सामने एक लाफिंग स्टॉक बन गया. आज तक कभी सुना जी इंडिया ब्लॉक की सारे आला नेता एक जगह बैठकर प्रेस को एड्रेस किया, एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करा. पश्चिम बंगाल में खुलेआम ममता बनर्जी कांग्रेस के खिलाफ चुनाव लड़ा. तो कौन सा इंडिया ब्लॉक, कहां का इंडिया ब्लॉक? टू वैंक्विश्ड कैन नॉट मेक एनी विक्टर. आने वाला 20 साल में भारत की जो सत्ताधारी पार्टी है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी, उसको हटाना मुश्किल नहीं नामुमकिन है. लेकिन लोकतंत्र को मजबूत करने के लिए एक सशक्त विपक्ष का जरूरत है. दुर्भाग्य है कि भारत जैसा दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा लोकतंत्र की जननी, उसमें कोई विपक्ष नहीं मिल रहा है.
कांग्रेस
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Anusha Soni. A quick check of the headlines first. The political storm inside TMC is now threatening to spill into Parliament. Sources say a group of rebel MPs are preparing to approach Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, demanding that Abhishek Banerjee's appointment as parliamentary leader be rejected. MK Stalin, EPS launch sharp political attack, predict the downfall of Vijay-led governments. Stalin says Vijay government is only because of the support of his allies. EPS says Vijay government will continue to be unstable. Hitler remark by Telangana Chief Minister triggers row. Revant Reddy says Hydra is inspired by Hitler. BJP slams Telangana Chief Minister over analogy, demands an unconditional apology from Reddy. LPG prices hiked again. Domestic LPG cylinder prices up by ₹29. Opposition hits out at centre, says common person is burdened by the LPG price rise. And centre defends LPG price hike, says consumers shielded from the true LPG cost, asserts that LPG is under recovery between 600 to 700 rupees. An Indian man killed in US, out for job, shot dead by 2 gunmen, suspected targeted attack under probe. Fake pizza order was used as a trap. And Akhilesh Yadav faces backlash for the Ram Mandir claim. Akhilesh goes on to say that crores in offering missing from Ram Mandir Temple Trust. The Temple Trust, meanwhile, has hit out over Akhilesh's claim. They have said, and I'm quoting what the trust has said, that all transactions and the records are maintained. Accounts have been maintained and it's a transparent process. BJP has also hit out over Akhilesh's claim. Akhilesh is anti-Sanatan, insulting Ram Mandir. BJP goes on to say that Akhilesh is going through mental bankruptcy. That's the word coming in. Let's first listen in to what Akhilesh Yadav had to say.
अखिलेश जी सनातन विरोधी हैं। अखिलेश जी सनातन का अपमान करते हैं। उन्होंने राम मंदिर का अपमान किया, कारसेवकों पर गोली चलाया, काशी विश्वनाथ का अपमान किया और अखिलेश जी ने 1 रुपए का भी योगदान उनका मंदिर के निर्माण में नहीं है, लेकिन उनको मंदिर के पैसे की चोरी दिख रही है। हमें लगता है अखिलेश जी मानसिक दिवालियापन से गुजर रहे हैं और अखिलेश जी को सनातन के अपमान के अलावा कोई काम नहीं है।
ये श्रद्धालुओं के लिए, भगवान राम में आस्था रखने वालों के लिए और जो लोग अपनी आस्था से कुछ चढ़ावा चढ़ा के जाते हैं, उन लोगों के लिए बहुत ही कष्टदायक है, पीड़ादायक है। इसलिए ट्रस्ट के मुख्य कार्यवाहक जो हैं, चाहे अध्यक्ष, चाहे चंपत राय जी, चाहे उनके अध्यक्ष जो हमारे मिश्रा जी हैं, उनमें से किसी व्यक्ति को आगे आके इस पर साफ सफाई देनी चाहिए, स्पष्ट बताना चाहिए क्या ये मुद्दा है, नहीं है। जनभावनाओं का ध्यान रखते हुए कोर्ट की तरफ से कुछ न कुछ आना चाहिए, स्वयं संज्ञान कोर्ट ले और इसमें जांच हो, पता लगे कि वास्तव में सच्चाई क्या है।
हमारे यहाँ राष्ट्रीय में जो भी निर्णय होता है सबके बातचीत करने से होता है, सब लिखित रहता है। लेन देन का हमेशा हिसाब चलता है, लेकिन इसमें लेन देन में बिल्कुल सही चल रहा है, सबको सद्भावना प्रेम बना है। राम जी सब देख रहे हैं, राजनीति वाले कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं, रामनगर का जो काम हो सब सही चल रहा है। ट्रस्ट में ऐसी गलती करेंगे ही नहीं।
My colleague Ranveer Singh joining us live from Lucknow. Ranveer, give us a context of what Akhilesh Yadav said and the kind of rebuttal coming in from the Temple Trust and the BJP.
Actually, yes. From yesterday, a fuss was going on over missing fund of the donation in Ram Mandir Trust. So, since yesterday, no one was saying a single word, but there was unverified reports that some funds are missing from the Ram Mandir Trust, and it is in crores. And Akhilesh Yadav, the Samajwadi Party chief today, posted on social media claiming that crores of rupees are missing from Ram Mandir Trust and Ram Mandir Trust should reply. And in evening, Ram Temple Trust clarified that the audit process is going on, and that's why there are some kind of, you can say fuss, or you can say some kind of gossip are going on over this missing fund from the donation received by the Ram Mandir Trust in Ram Temple. So now the war of word between Samajwadi Party and BJP and the Hinduvadi outfits, this is going on, and Samajwadi Party claims that there are some funds which are missing, and as per media reports, it is around 7 crores or 8 crores, but there is no clarification yet. But the claim by the Samajwadi
Party. As you give us all those details, Anurag Bhadoria from the Samajwadi Party is joining us on the broadcast. Anurag ji, namaskar. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast today. What is the authenticity and what is the substance of the claim which has been made by Akhilesh Yadav? I presume he is a responsible, respected leader. And when he has made such an accusation on social media, there must be solid grounds for that.
मुझे लगता है कि उन्होंने कहा है तो ये मंदिर को बताना चाहिए कि वहाँ के जो मैनेजमेंट के लोग हैं या जो उसको देखते हैं
जी,
उनको उसके बारे में जवाब देना चाहिए कि क्या सही है। वो ये तो जवाब तो मंदिर वाले देंगे ना, मंदिर के जो हेड करते हैं, मंदिर को जो देखते हैं
जी।
तो जब वहाँ के समाजवादी पार्टी के लोकल लीडर ने भी ये बात कही
जी,
तो उनको ये बात का इस बात को क्लेरिफिकेशन तो टेंपल वाले देंगे ना, मंदिर वाले देंगे कि ये ऐसा है कि नहीं है, क्योंकि वो जिस तरह की बात वहाँ हो रही है उसी बात जिस तरह की वहाँ लोकल लीडर ने बात बताई तो वो बात उन्होंने कही। तो अभी ये मंदिर वाले बताएं कि सही क्या है, मंदिर वाले उसका जवाब तो उनको देंगे।
कह रहे हैं कि मंदिर के ट्रस्ट को किसी न किसी तरीके का स्पष्टीकरण जो है वो लोगों को जनमानस को देना चाहिए, क्योंकि राम मंदिर हमारी आस्था का विषय है। मगर मेरा प्रश्न आपसे ये था कि अगर इस तरह का आरोप हम एक सार्वजनिक मंच पर लगाते हैं तो किसी न किसी तरीके का साक्ष्य, कोई एविडेंस, कोई सब्सटैंशियल क्लेम, हमारे पास कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन किसी तरीके की होती है, किस बिना पर, किस बेसिस पर इस तरह का आरोप लगाया गया है, ये मेरा आपसे प्रश्न है।
नहीं, मेरा आपसे एक प्रश्न है कि इस तरह की बात जब बोली जाती है तो वो मंदिर की तरफ से जो ट्रस्टी हैं, जो मंदिर को देखते हैं, वो ये बताएंगे। वो क्यों नहीं, वो क्लैरिफिकेशन तो उनको देना है ना, वो क्लैरिफिकेशन क्यों नहीं दे रहे हैं, वो बताएं आके। लेकिन वो उन्होंने अभी तक टेंपल की तरफ से तो कोई बात आई नहीं, तो वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, बताना तो उनको है।
जी, टेंपल ट्रस्ट की तरफ से अभी तक जो बयान आए हैं उन्होंने उसमें कहा है कि किसी न किसी तरीके का ऑडिट प्रोसेस जो है वो चल रहा है और वो इसके डिटेल्स भी बहुत जल्दी सार्वजनिक करेंगे। बट बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद आपका हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। अनुराग भदौरिया फ्रॉम द समाजवादी पार्टी जॉइनिंग अस ऑन द ब्रॉडकास्ट। Shifting our focus to some more latest news coming in, former West Bengal Sports Minister Arup Biswas has been summoned by the police in connection with the case related to chaos at the Lionel Messi event at Salt Lake Stadium last year after he failed to appear before the investigators by Friday. The TMC leader, who had earlier cited health issues and stated that he was not in a position to attend the summons, had been asked to appear before the investigators on the 8th of June. And I'm quoting, "We have asked Arup Biswas to appear before our officers on 8th of June. A notice has been served to him today," unquote. This is an officer of Bidhan Nagar Dakshin police station, and that's what he has said. My colleague Ritik Mondal joining us on the phone line, giving us more details on the story. Ritik, just a background from you about this summoning that has happened over the Messi event.
Well, what we do understand, this is the second summon which has been served to the former Bengal minister Arup Biswas. Remember, over this Messi mess incident which happened at Kolkata's prestigious UORT Kirangan. Now, the Bidhanagar Police Commissionerate, officers of Bidhanagar Police Commissionerate wants to grill Arup Biswas, and today is the second summon has been served at the doorstep of former minister. In that particular notice, he has given 11 a.m. time till tomorrow to appear before the probing team. Now, before that, the Arup Biswas shot a certain time from the investigating team, citing that he is not keeping well, which is why that he was needed time, but he did not cite any medical certificate with regard to that. Now it is it would be interesting to see what happened tomorrow. If he really appears before the probing team. Pressures are only mounting on the Arup Biswas following such summons by the probing team once again at his doorstep. Back to you.
All right, Ritik, thank you so much for putting all of that into perspective for us. We'll of course keep coming back to you for more. And TMC is facing a deepening crisis as rebellion spills from West Bengal Assembly and now into Parliament. Rebel MPs are likely to approach Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla with a letter seeking recognition of a separate grouping and rejecting Abhishek Banerjee as their parliamentary leader. Now, this signals a potential implosion that could further weaken the party nationally. In an attempt to quell the rebellion, TMC's General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee landed in Delhi and he is likely to meet the TMC MPs. The speculation is on, and MPs have also fueled after Mamata Banerjee, in conversation with NDTV, said that TMC MPs who are already in Delhi are set to meet the Lok Sabha Speaker on Monday.
How does it matter, when the party is in shambles? TMC party is in shambles. The original TMC party is out of Mamata Banerjee's hand. And she's going to Delhi to again, create commotion.
Right now, I don't want to give any kind of reaction. Mamata Banerjee removed from the power by the people. And the people of West Bengal now know what kind of politics she has done in the past 15 years. So everybody is saying this kind of politics we never witnessed in Bengal or West Bengal. They should be dumped in dustbin.
यह पार्टी ममता बनर्जी ने खड़ी की, अपने खून पसीने से की, अपने संघर्ष से की, जेल गई, उनका माथा भंगचूर हुआ, उनकी हड्डियां टूटी, मार खाया और उन्होंने खड़ा किया। और घायल शेरनी ज्यादा खतरनाक होती है, ध्यान रखिए। जो लोग ये एक गुब्बारा फुलाए हुए हैं जिसमें हवा भरा हुआ है, वो उसमें वो हवा है नहीं, वो पंक्चर हो जाएगा, कल साफ पता लग जाएगा, आप कल देखिए।
And amid buzz over a divided opposition INDIA bloc, the opposition alliance is set to hold a crucial meeting in the national capital on the 8th of June. According to Congress, 23 political parties have confirmed their participation, while TMC has affirmed that INDIA bloc is united and meeting is done with a common purpose and a clear intent. Mamata Banerjee, who's battling the biggest existential crisis of her political career, has arrived in the national capital to attend the meeting along with her nephew Abhishek Banerjee. Ahead of this bloc meeting, Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal met Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. Even though AAP has distanced itself from the coalition and taken a sharp dig at the Congress party and said that BJP and Congress are hand in gloves to weaken the smaller parties. Another bloc party, which is DMK, has claimed that it will boycott the meeting as the party is not a part of the alliance anymore after Congress betrayal in Tamil Nadu. Congress leader Rashid Alvi has stated that the smaller parties should merge with the Congress as BJP will not allow them to survive. Reactions.
More and I, one of us will go.
Okay, so National Conference is going to represent?
Obviously, we're part of that. We'll be there.
कहूँगा प्रतीक्षा करिए 8 तारीख की, वहाँ देखिएगा कौन आता है कौन नहीं आता है, उसके बाद हम बात करेंगे। खुद तो बिहार में देख लो आज कुशवाहा साहब कितना नाराज, वो आपके गठबंधन के सदस्य ना, उनका बेटे को एमएलसी बनाया और टिकट नहीं दिया है भी, मंत्री कैसे रहेगा। यहाँ उत्तर प्रदेश में देख लो, निषाद जी कल बोल गए हैं, संजय जी, कि यहाँ तो तानाशाही, तो जरा अपने दामन में देखो तुम्हारे मंत्री क्या बोल रहे हैं।
कांग्रेस 100 एमपी से ज़्यादा की पार्टी है और मेरी ये भी राय है कि आज छोटी पार्टीज जितनी भी हैं उनमें से ज़्यादातर पार्टीज को कांग्रेस के साथ मर्ज कर देना चाहिए। आज देश का यही तकाजा है। छोटी छोटी पार्टीज देश के अंदर सरवाइव नहीं कर सकती, बीजेपी नहीं करने देगी। आप देख रहे हैं बंगाल के अंदर ममता की पार्टी को ख़त्म किया जा रहा है, महाराष्ट्र के अंदर शिवसेना ख़त्म कर दी, शरद पवार की पार्टी ख़त्म कर दी, उनके पास एजेंसीज भी हैं, उनके पास काला धन भी है। इसलिए इन पार्टीज को अगर बचना है तो कांग्रेस के साथ आना पड़ेगा और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का मुकाबला करना पड़ेगा।
Certainly after the meeting we will tell the agenda. We are discussing about the current political situation in the country. The way in which the government of India is bulldozing anti-democratic attitudes and the issue of students. Lot many issues are have to discuss in this meeting. This is an India Alliance meeting. Certainly, all India Alliance meeting is important. This is also important meeting.
After a long time, a formal meeting of India Bloc is taking place. I do not know who are all the leaders going to be present there, which are the parties going to attend the meeting. I do not know all the informations. Even agenda is not very clear. Every party has certain issues to raise. DMK is not attending that meeting. Left parties openly have said there are issues to be raised. This cannot be taken as cracks.
देखिए, कांग्रेस जो भी अलायंस करता है उनका सोल मकसद अपने आप को मजबूत करना है। उनका मकसद देश को मजबूत करने का नहीं है, देश हित में नहीं है। कल भी हमने देखा कि किस तरह युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़े हो गए, देश के युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़े हो गए। जो पार्टी देश के युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़ी हो उसके साथ कैसे खड़ा हो सकते हैं हम लोग देश के युवाओं के साथ हैं। आपने देखा कि हाल ही में जो तमिलनाडु में चुनाव कंक्लूड हुए, एक दिन नहीं लगा उनको अपने अलायंस पार्टनर की पीठ में छुरा भोंकने से। हम देख चुके हैं कि डायरेक्ट फाइट में कहीं भी कांग्रेस बीजेपी को हराने में सक्षम नहीं है। देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ एन अलायंस विद कांग्रेस।
Where is India Alliance? The CPM party has already, this All India General Secretary, Mr. BB, has already written a letter to Congress. Congress has been alleging that CPM and BJP are together under the table. So Mr. BB's allegation is, why are you calling us for India Alliance meet when you think you have put this allegation on us?
Well, that story and much more lined up on the other side of a very quick break. Stay tuned, stay with us.
घर का खर्च चलाने के लिए रोहन की पढ़ाई वाली एफडी तोड़नी पड़ी और उसके डॉक्टर बनने का सपना भी। काश तुमने जाने से पहले टर्म लाइफ।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा और मसाला।
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
The results with the BJP winning more than 200 seats clearly answer those questions. Our teams on the ground, in the studios, in the newsroom, will keep tracking every twist. We try to stay away from the noise, try to use the election analytics to bring the coverage together for you. 90% voting is not common. That's 140 elections with less than 70%. Tuvendu Adhikari leading at this moment. 5 states, 824 assembly seats, an election that felt more like a war.
Again going to shift focus to West Bengal, bring in our colleagues from the ground as well.
We've got some breaking news just coming in. Kanchan Gupta to wear this morning. Green was not one of them. Kanchanda, what's going on here?
Khela hobe.
Vijay is finishing off every existing political force. This holds, Pradeep Gupta will be dancing. Joining us now, live and exclusive on NDTV, the architect of this historic victory.
जनता को बधाई दे रहा हूं.
To all our viewers who've joined us in this long day, thank you very much for spending your time, for trusting NDTV.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, delicious, healthy, every day.
TMC is facing a backlash on the streets of Kolkata and fighting for its survival in West Bengal Assembly and the Parliament. Reservation Banerjee has made claims that he has the support of over 60 MLAs that have switched from the TMC, and speculations are rife about MPs appearing before the Speaker to lead the TMC. Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee are in a huddle to save the party. They are in Delhi and set to attend the meeting of the INDIA bloc and reach out to the MPs. TMC has about 28 members in Lok Sabha, 13 members in Rajya Sabha. They won 80 seats in the recently concluded assembly elections. But now, about 60 MLAs have deserted the party. In the midst of all of this, the opposition alliance is set to hold a crucial meeting in the national capital on the 8th of June. Well, according to the Congress party, 23 political parties have confirmed their participation. TMC has affirmed that INDIA bloc is united and meeting with a common purpose and a clear intent. Ahead of this meeting, Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal met Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. Even though AAP has distanced itself from the coalition, taken a sharp dig at the Congress party and said that BJP and Congress are hand in gloves to weaken the smaller parties. Another India bloc party, DMK, has claimed that it will boycott the meeting. Welcome back. And after one of the most historic IPL campaigns, the one name on everybody's mind is teen sensation Vaibhav Suryavanshi and his rise to the pinnacle of T20 cricket. Now, with an India call-up under his belt, his rise is nothing short of historic. Here's a special conversation with the boy wonder himself. Listen in.
तो वैभव, आप मैनिफेस्टेशन किए, स्टार्ट जब किए, बहुत सारे प्लान बनाते हो। वैभव हमेशा ड्रीम देखता है, फिर एक एक चीज़ अचीव करता है, फिर खुश होता है। वैभव अगला क्या सोच रहे हैं?
मैंने ऐसा सोचा है कि मैं जब अब क्रिकेट खेलूं, अगले 20 साल तक जितने दिन भी खेलूं, जब तक भगवान मुझे मौका दे खेलने का, कंट्री के लिए, किसी फ्रेंचाइजी के लिए, किसी भी टीम के लिए, इस तरीके से खेलूं कि जब लोग देखे, मैचेस के बारे में सोचे, तो लोग ऐसा बोले कि एक प्लेयर जो जब भी खेलता था वो अकेले ही मैच ख़त्म कर देता था। वो डोमिनेंस दिखना चाहिए वो, क्योंकि उसी चीज़ के लिए मैं मेहनत कर रहा हूँ। सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं कि बस खेला और खेल ख़त्म, ऐसा खेलना है कि सिर्फ खेलना नहीं है, 10 साल 20 साल तक डोमिनेट करना है और अच्छा क्रिकेट खेलना। और क्योंकि इंजॉय करने के लिए मैंने स्टार्ट किया क्रिकेट, तो मैं लाइफ टाइम इंजॉय करूँ, अच्छे से खेलूँ।
आज बहुत सारे लोगों को मिले, साथ ही विराट भैया को मिले, जय भाई को मिले, तो इन सब लोगों को मिलके फीलिंग क्या आई है?
सर मैं आपको सच बताऊँ, जब विराट भैया ने ऐसा कंधे पे हाथ रखा तो मैं पहले आरसीबी का भी फ़ैन था। एक्चुअली मैं विराट कोहली का बहुत ही बड़ा फ़ैन था, विराट भैया का।
मैंने देखा आपने कैप पे भी ऑटोग्राफ लिया था, वो कैप आपने बहुत बार पहनी भी है।
हाँ, मैंने जब ऑरेंज कैप नहीं रहता था मेरे पास तो मैं वही कैप पहनता था। जब उन्होंने ऐसे कंधे पे हाथ डाला, मुझे जब वो मेरे से जब बात कर रहे थे तो मुझे मतलब एक्चुअली मुझे लग रहा था जैसे ड्रीम्स आए। जिस तरीके से उन्होंने बात किया, लगा ही नहीं कि वो एक्चुअली में विराट कोहली एक बड़े भाई की तरह, उन्होंने जिस तरीके से मुझे समझाया, जिस तरीके से मुझे बताया कि मैं क्या अच्छा कर रहा हूँ, मुझे और क्या अच्छा करना चाहिए, किस चीज़ पे फोकस करना चाहिए, कहाँ ध्यान लगाना चाहिए और क्या करना चाहिए फ्यूचर में। जय सर वो भी मिलते हैं जब भी मेरे से, तो बहुत कुछ समझाते हैं, बहुत कुछ बोलते हैं कि फोकस्ड रहना है, बहुत आगे जाना है, गेम पे ध्यान देना है, एकदम पाँव ज़मीन पे रख के बस अपने काम पे फोकस करना है। काफ़ी सर।
आपका जो होम स्टेट है बिहार, उसके लिए क्या बोलना चाहोगे आप उनको, क्योंकि जहाँ से आपने शुरुआत की थी, जैसे अभी आपने बोला बिहार पहले आता है, तो वैसे भी हायरार्की में जब शुरुआत तो वहीं से की।
सर मैं आपको बता दूँ, उनके लिए मतलब कुछ बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं। आप सोशल मीडिया खोलोगे और जिस तरीके से वो लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं मुझे, मतलब अनरियल है वो। मतलब मैंने कुछ गलत भी करा, मैं कुछ गलत खेला या मैंने रन नहीं बनाया, फिर भी जिस तरीके से वो लोग मतलब बिना कुछ देखे, बिना कुछ सोचे जो मेरे बारे में लिखते हैं पॉजिटिव, और जिस तरीके से वो लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं मुझे, मतलब जितना बोलूँ उतना कम है। मतलब बिहार, जब मैं एयरपोर्ट पे लैंड करता हूँ, जब मैं ऐसा निकलता हूँ पटना से घर के लिए, तो मतलब वो अलग ही फील होता है। वो मतलब लगता है ऐसे कि घर में आ गया, सेफ हूँ मैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। और मतलब
मेरे अपने
बिहार में, हाँ बिहार में रहना, मतलब मैं अब थोड़ा मुश्किल हो गया बाहर निकलना, नहीं तो मैं तो ट्राई करता हूँ कि हर समय मैं घूमते ही रहूँ, पैदल निकलूँ, रात में, शाम में, दिन में, जब भी घूमूं, क्योंकि वहाँ के लोग एक अलग अटैचमेंट है हर किसी से, जिसको आप नहीं भी जानोगे ना, उससे भी आप बात करोगे तो लगेगा कि बहुत टाइम से दोस्ती है, कुछ पूछोगे उनसे, तो वहाँ ऐसे नहीं बोलते हैं, मतलब वहाँ हर चीज़, अगर आप कुछ पूछ रहे हो अनजान आदमी से और वो कुछ बता रहा है आपको, तो वो भी बहुत रिस्पेक्टफुली बताते हैं वो लोग, मतलब। और जहाँ तक सपोर्ट की बात है और वहाँ के लोगों की बात है, वो अनरियल, मैंने आपको बोला कि वो कुछ देखते ही नहीं है, मतलब कि जिस तरीके से वो लोग प्यार करते और सपोर्ट करते।
मेरे पासपोर्ट पे अभी भी लिखा है कि मेरी पैदाइश बिहार की, बॉर्न प्लेस बिहार लिखा है, ठीक है। तो मैं अभी कभी मतलब उसके बाद भी गया नहीं, तो मैं तेरी बातें सुन के लगता मुझे, तू अगर मेरे को कहीं जाना चाहिए छुट्टियां मनाने, तो मुझे बिहार में जाना चाहिए।
सर बिल्कुल।
तो आप होस्ट करोगे क्या?
मैं होस्ट क्या, आप जो बोले वो सब हो जाएगा।
वैभव, मैं दिल से बोलता हूँ तुमको, क्योंकि जैसे तुम इमोशनल हो, मैं भी बहुत इमोशनल हूँ कि आपने जो क्रिकेट हमें दिखाया उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दोस्त। इंडिया जर्सी आपके लिए, आपका इंतज़ार कर रही है और आप उसका इंतज़ार कर रहे हो, उसके बारे में दो शब्द, उस फीलिंग के बारे में कि आपको बहुत लोगों ने बोला और आप अभी इंडिया ए के टूर पे जा रहे हैं, बस आखिरी बात।
बस सर, सबका तो सपना है कि कंट्री को रिप्रेजेंट करे, बट मेरा बस यही फोकस है कि जो भी, जहाँ भी, जिस स्टेज पे भी मुझे मौका मिले, मैं अपना परफॉर्मेंस करते रहूँ, अपना काम करते रहूँ, बाकी सब कुछ मिलते रहेगा।
Well, that special conversation and much more is up on our website, ndtv.com. With that, it's a wrap on this edition. Thank you so much for watching.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसली, स्वादिष्ट सेहतमंद हर रोज।
Launch control 0 to 100.
This isn't just about cars and bikes. This is about how you move.
This car makes no sense, yet it makes every sense.
What we are sitting inside is a Joby-powered air taxi. Your friend said, "Ye le le." We said, maybe not. Hi, my name is Siddharth Sharma. I'm your NDTV Automate, your ultimate guide into the world of automobiles and mobility.
आपने तो दीदी को एकदम धो डाला।
इसमें जनता का जीत है, मोदी जी का जीत है।
आज के की खाबेन झालमुड़ी ना माछेर झोल।
How will you celebrate?
झालमुड़ी माछेर झोल with रसगुल्ला।
You know, you remember you promised me that you will come to Kabini and do an interview with me. You like going to the forest?
This is a declaration of our state that to the entire country that our Kerala is secular.
ये विषय बंगाल की जनता के, विशेष करके मातृशक्ति की।
One clip that went most viral was the non-interview. Cruz spent some time with him. We have these whistles out for you, and the whistles are for the fact that you got the poll right, which is quite fantastic.
We saw you campaigning, ma'am, for the RG Kaur victim's mother as well. You know, that was a telling moment. Do you believe that that incident in some ways was a tipping point?
I think that was not the only incident.
তবে পরাণ খুলে তুই মুখ ফুটে তোর মনের কথা একলা বলো রে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है
अरे मेरे राजा।
TMC is facing a backlash on the streets of Kolkata and fighting for its survival in West Bengal Assembly and the Parliament. Mamata Banerjee has made claims that he has the support of over 60 MLAs that have switched from the TMC, and speculations are rife about MPs appearing before the Speaker to lead the TMC. Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee are in a huddle to save the party. They are in Delhi and set to attend the meeting of the NDTV Bloc and reach out to the MPs. TMC has about 28 members in Lok Sabha, 13 members in Rajya Sabha. They won 80 seats in the recently concluded assembly elections. But now, about 60 MLAs have deserted the party. In the midst of all of this, the opposition alliance is set to hold a crucial meeting in the national capital on the 8th of June. Well, according to the Congress party, 23 political parties have confirmed their participation. TMC has affirmed that INDIA bloc is united and meeting with a common purpose and a clear intent. Ahead of this meeting, Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal met Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. Even though AAP has distanced itself from the coalition, taken a sharp dig at the Congress party and said that BJP and Congress are hand in gloves to weaken the smaller parties. Another India Bloc party, DMK, has claimed that it will boycott the meeting as the party is not part of the alliance after the Congress betrayal in Tamil Nadu. Congress leader Rashid Alvi has stated that the smaller parties should merge with the Congress party as BJP will not allow them to survive.
Certainly after the meeting we will tell the agenda. We are discussing about the current political situation in the country, the way in which
Hello and welcome. You're watching Fault Lines. I'm Gauri Dwivedi. This week we have 3 stories and 1 fault line running through them all. The fight to control how modern wars are fought and how they end. First, the high-stakes game over Lebanon, where 4 powers want 4 different things. And the ceasefire hangs in the balance. And in fact, then inside, the next story, inside Pentagon's drone push, as America races to rethink the warfare in the age of cheap, unmanned firepower that it woefully lags behind in. And finally, this week on Fault Lines, inside Ukraine's deep strike campaign, the long-range war being waged far behind the enemy lines. All right, let's start with the first story this week on Fault Lines. With regard to the latest that's happening as far as the ceasefire is concerned, the US brokered ceasefire in Lebanon, which offers a fragile glimmer of hope. But history demands we view it with extreme skepticism, viewers. On paper, the terms are ambitious. There's a complete cessation of fire and total withdrawal of Hezbollah south of the Litani River. Yet the glaring flaw remains. Hezbollah was not a formal party to these Washington talks. For this deal to hold, the Lebanese government must do what it has failed to do for decades, which is assert true sovereignty over a heavily armed militia, almost next to impossible. And if this agreement fails, it will simply be another brief pause in an endless cycle of violence that's just repeating itself over and over again. But if enforced, it could actually serve as a vital step towards a broader, lasting peace in West Asia. Let's in fact tell you, even as the ceasefire holds or may break up once again, by the time you watch this broadcast, there could be yet another update. But what we are going to tell you is the fault line that runs through these regions, what all of those stakeholders want in this long war. First up, we tell you exactly what Israel wants. For Israel, there is only one word, and that, in fact, in its endgame in Lebanon, is security. Tel Aviv wants Hezbollah to be pushed back from the northern border and an end to the rocket and drone threats that have emptied out communities in the north. It wants the freedom to strike threats as they emerge, a buffer zone carved out of southern Lebanon, and above all, long-term security along a border that has never truly been quiet. Let's now tell you what is it that Hezbollah's endgame here. What Israel calls security, Hezbollah actually sees as a threat to its survival. The group wants to preserve its military strength and sidestep any demands as far as disarming is concerned. In fact, it wants to hold on to its influence inside Lebanon as well, keep the language of quote-unquote resistance alive, and walk away having extracted concessions from Israel, and most certainly not the other way around. Behind Hezbollah stands Tehran. As far as Tehran is concerned, what exactly is it that it wants? Its endgame. For Iran, Hezbollah is the most valuable regional asset. It intends to protect it. In fact, Iran wants to keep its regional influence intact even after being battered by this war, prevent any weakening of the group whatsoever. And here's the strategic play. Tehran wants to link Lebanon to the wider negotiations, turning the broader war talks into Lebanon talks and walking away with guarantees for the terror outfit Hezbollah. Let me now tell you what is it that Washington is looking to get as far as these talks are concerned. For Washington, the priority, of course, is to keep the lid on. America wants to prevent a wider regional war and sustain the fragile Israel-Lebanon ceasefire. It wants to reduce Iranian influence, strengthen the Lebanese state's control over its own territory, and avoid any fresh military escalation whatsoever that could pull the region and the US back into conflict. Remember, Donald Trump is seeking off-ramps. He most certainly doesn't want to escalate this any further. Before I tell you why Lebanon is where this entire story actually ends up coming back to, let me play out some of those important reactions for you as to understand or better understand what the stakeholders are saying.
The United States reiterated its ongoing support for both governments to exercise their sovereignty. It reaffirmed that any agreement to cease hostilities must be reached directly between the two governments, brokered by the United States, and not through any separate track.
I think we achieved something today which is relatively unprecedented. Israel entered Lebanon after Hezbollah decided to join the war of Iran against Israel. And we're pushing Hezbollah back, and we've brought the people of Lebanon to the understanding that we're not the enemy, Hezbollah is. And now we're going to work together to rid the country of this Iranian proxy on Israel's border.
So why does Lebanon really remain the knot that no one can untie? Look at what each of those sides wants. Israel wants security. Hezbollah, of course, is seeking survival. As far as Iran is concerned, it wants to retain influence. And US, of course, above all, wants stability. 4 stakeholders, 4 objectives, none of them line up. And that is the fundamental problem. Lebanon isn't the sticking point by accident, viewers. It's where every one of these contrasting goals collide at once. And that is why Lebanon has become the hardest piece of this puzzle. Because this war is about who shapes the Middle East that emerges on the other side of it. Trump wants the biggest prize. He wants the region pacified on American terms. The Abraham Accords expanded, Saudi Arabia brought in, Iran's proxies dismantled, without another American war to pay for it. But Hezbollah's survival, Iran's influence, aren't chips that Tehran is ready to surrender. And Israel's idea of security leaves very little room for either. So the question isn't whether everyone wants this war to end or not. They do. It's whether Washington can force 4 irreconcilable goals into one deal, or whether Lebanon is where every such deal has fallen apart in the past. To discuss this and to unpack this in greater detail, General Mandy Ranner, who's former Deputy Commanding General, joins me to talk more on this, to better understand how things look right now. In fact, sir, thank you so much for speaking to me on Fault Lines. Let me first start by asking you that you've commanded in this theatre with 3rd Army. When you look at Israel's stated goals, whether it's the buffer zone, the Hezbollah being pushed back, freedom to strike, is that a military objective that you think actually has a clean end, or is it just too open-ended?
So, in my opinion, all of the demands by both Israel, by Iran, and by the United States are not very clear, and they're not very measurable because there is no common ground yet. And although Israel and Lebanon have agreed to certain parameters, Hezbollah has not been part of the discussion, and that is a major player, as we know, funded by Iran. So this is still up in the air about the way forward.
Hezbollah has taken heavy losses but still is not disarming. From a military standpoint, can a group like this actually be defeated by force, or do you think it's just about containing them till they come back to strike again?
The key challenges in dealing with groups that are funded externally outside of a country is that there has to be some kind of negotiated way out that is a compromise that might be acceptable. If it is not acceptable to the governing state, whether that's Lebanon or to Israel, then the challenge is, unfortunately, that is the door, it keeps the door open for continued violence. So again, without some kind of recognition, some kind of negotiation, it is very likely that violence would continue.
Now, Iran, of course, wants to fold Lebanon into wider negotiations, potentially even walk away with guarantees for Hezbollah. Does Tehran hold those cards right now?
The difficulty is that Iran is in a much more powerful bargaining position than even 3 months ago when the United States and Israel started this war. Why do I say it? The issue is that they now understand that by using just a few dozen drones that cost anywhere between tens of thousands of US dollars to perhaps 75,000 US dollars, they can actually hold the world hostage in the Middle East relative to the Strait to keep it closed and to drive prices up for gasoline and fuel. That's something that was not well known by even the Iranians at the time. And unfortunately, we are in a worse situation, not only in the United States, but also, of course, around the world because of what has happened in the Middle East.
So Washington, from a Washington point of view, it wants to strengthen the Lebanese state and reduce some of the influence that Iran has. The Lebanese army, though, of course, is in no position to fulfill any of these military objectives. Are we then looking at a very unrealistic American goal here?
It's not realistic to be able to say that the Lebanese army has the capability anytime soon, and anytime soon means even in the next few years. Unfortunately, as we know, Lebanon has been a failed state for many, many decades, and there's many reasons for that. Israel, in my opinion, has the right to exist. At the same time, they have to have certain kinds of security needs. That does not mean that they have the right to attack all of their neighbors who may or may not be attacking them at this time. I think in any situation with neighbors, you have to have strong intelligence gathering capabilities to know when are they planning offensive actions, but otherwise it's best to figure out how can we get along and respect other peoples while of course we're trying to ensure some level of peace and security for all the various peoples in the region.
And finally, you ran the threat reduction at DTRA. If this ceasefire collapses yet again, who really stands to lose the maximum?
I believe that the United States is the losing country in this situation because the Trump administration started this war at the request of the Israeli prime minister. And the American people and the people of the world have been paying for this ever since in terms of increased gas and oil prices. Iran, in terms of its regime, there has been no regime change whatsoever. And in fact, perhaps even more hardliners are in place. And they obviously are not supporting their people. They are supporting themselves. And that's one of the difficulties, even in the United States, where the administration seems to be acting independently of what the American people want, because this war is not popular in the United States whatsoever, and the majority of Americans do not understand why the United States president chose to attack Iran.
All right, General Mandy Rana joining me on Fault Lines this week. Thanks so much, sir, for taking out the time. All right, on that note, we're slipping into a very short break. We come back on the other side, tell you more about how Pentagon is now finally planning to catch up when it comes to low-cost drone warfare, something that it stands woefully behind on. What is its game plan? We come back and tell you more.
India's unshakable news habit. NDTV.com is India's #1 English news website.
TMC is facing a backlash on the streets of Kolkata and fighting for its survival in West Bengal Assembly and the Parliament. Mamata Banerjee has made claims that he has the support of over 60 MLAs that have switched from the TMC, and speculations are rife about MPs appearing before the Speaker to lead the TMC. Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee are in a huddle to save the party. They are in Delhi and set to attend the meeting of the NDTV Bloc and reach out to the MPs. TMC has about 28 members in Lok Sabha, 30 members in Rajya Sabha. They won 80 seats in the recently concluded assembly elections, but now about 60 MLAs have deserted the party. In the midst of all of this, the opposition alliance is set to hold a crucial meeting in the national capital on the 8th of June. Well, according to the Congress party, 23 political parties have confirmed their participation. TMC has affirmed that INDIA bloc is united and meeting with a common purpose and a clear intent. Ahead of this meeting, Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal met Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. Even though AAP has distanced itself from the coalition, taken a sharp dig at the Congress party and said that BJP and Congress are hand in gloves to weaken the smaller parties. Another India bloc party, DMK, has claimed that it will boycott the meeting as the party is not part of the alliance after the Congress betrayal in Tamil Nadu. Congress leader Rashid Alvi has stated that the smaller parties should merge with the Congress party as BJP will not allow them to survive.
Certainly after the meeting we will tell the agenda. We are discussing about the current political situation in the country. The way in which the government of India is bulldozing anti-democratic attitudes and the issue of students. Lot many issues are have to discuss in this meeting. This is an India Alliance meeting. Certainly in all India Alliance meeting is important. This is also important meeting.
After a long time, a formal meeting of India Bloc is taking place. I do not know who are all the leaders going to be present there, which are the parties going to attend the meeting. I do not know all the informations. Even agenda is not very clear. Every party has certain issues to raise. DMK is not attending that meeting. Left parties openly have said there are issues to be raised. This cannot be taken as cracks.
देखिए, कांग्रेस जो भी अलायंस करता है उनका सोल मकसद अपने आप को मजबूत करना है. उनका मकसद देश को मजबूत करने का नहीं है, देश हित में नहीं है. कल भी हमने देखा कि किस तरह युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़े हो गए, देश के युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़े हो गए. जो पार्टी देश के युवाओं के खिलाफ खड़ी हो उसके साथ कैसे खड़ा हो सकते हैं हम लोग देश के युवाओं के साथ हैं. आपने देखा कि हाल ही में जो तमिलनाडु में चुनाव कंक्लूड हुए, एक दिन नहीं लगा उनको अपने अलायंस पार्टनर की पीठ में छुरा भोंकने से. हम देख चुके हैं कि डायरेक्ट फाइट में कहीं भी कांग्रेस बीजेपी को हराने में सक्षम नहीं है. देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ एन अलायंस विद कांग्रेस.
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Fault Lines. Well, for decades, American military power was measured in aircraft carriers, stealth bombers, and billion-dollar fighter jets. But the war of the future may be decided by something far cheaper and far more numerous. Last week, our special report on Fault Lines actually revealed and told you how US is facing a critical drone shortage. This at a time when conflicts from Ukraine to the Indo-Pacific are proving that it's mass-produced drones that are actually becoming the defining feature of modern warfare. This week, we are telling you what is it that US is doing to cover up for some of these losses, to make up for lost time, and what is it that it is now looking to do to ensure that it is part of modern warfare drone style. Take a look.
The Pentagon is preparing for a new kind of warfare. One where the sky is filled not with a handful of expensive aircraft, but with thousands of drones. According to reports, the program is called Drone Dominance. Its goal is to find the companies capable of producing vast swarms of low-cost attack drones. The initiative is part of a broader Pentagon push to rapidly expand America's drone arsenal after watching how drones transformed battlefields in Ukraine and beyond. This, as experts have already warned that the US urgently needs more low-cost drones and far larger stockpiles of munitions. The lessons from Ukraine are impossible to ignore. Cheap drones are destroying tanks worth millions. Mass drone attacks are forcing even advanced militaries to rethink how wars are fought. Now, Washington wants to ensure it does not fall behind. The Pentagon has launched an 18-month competition to identify the most promising drone manufacturers and accelerate production on a massive scale. Experts say the ultimate vision is affordable mass, building thousands of expendable drones instead of relying solely on small number of high-cost weapons. And the money involved is staggering. According to reports, Pentagon funding requests tied to drone expansion could reach tens of billions of dollars. But this isn't just about buying drones. It's about preparing for a future conflict with a technologically advanced adversary, where the side that can launch thousands of drones may have the decisive advantage. The age of fighter jet isn't over, but America's military is betting that the next great arsenal may not be built around pilots at all. It may be built around swarms.
Well, the third story this week on Fault Lines is about the Russia-Ukraine war, where deep inside Ukraine, behind layers of secrecy and far from the front lines, a different kind of battle is being prepared. One fought not with tanks or artilleries, but once again with drones that are capable of striking hundreds of miles deep inside Russia. Remember, this has been the template for Ukraine, even as it has been able to get some territory in this conflict. Whether or not this will be a differentiator remains to be seen, but this report will tell you why this is turning out to be one of the biggest game changers in Russia-Ukraine war, even as it enters year 5. Take a look.
At an undisclosed location in Ukraine, military technicians work under the cover of darkness. Piece by piece, they assemble the final components of the Lyutny drone. A Ukrainian-made long-range strike weapon. The drone is capable of flying up to 1,700 kilometers and carrying more than 75 kilograms of explosives. The target? Russia's military and industrial heartland. The unit's commander, known only by his call sign Vector, says these drones are becoming Ukraine's most powerful asymmetric weapon. The message is clear. Almost nowhere in Russia is beyond reach. Inside a command room, drone operators stare at digital maps of Russia, plotting routes designed to evade air defenses. As Russia intensifies missile and drone barrages against Ukrainian cities, Kiev is responding with a strategy aimed at striking deep behind enemy lines. And the scale is growing. According to Ukrainian commanders, some nights see nearly 100 drones launched towards targets across Russia.
ВПО завжди прикрите це державний кордон тої війної степені і об'єкти. Москва дуже прикрита, от інші там шукають прорал, по-різному, але ті об'єкти, які нам дають, вони чомусь завжди прикриті ПВО.
The accuracy of these drones was on full display when they struck an oil terminal in St. Petersburg and set it ablaze this week. Zelensky claims the drones flew more than 1,000 kilometers to hit the terminal, leaving clouds of black smoke rising over the city's ports. Experts say recent drone tech advancements have allowed Ukraine to attack Russian targets at greater distances and with increased accuracy. For Kiev, these drones are more than weapons. They are a signal, a warning that the war can no longer be contained to the battlefield. As this highly asymmetric war refuses to come to a halt, drones seem to be tilting the conflict in Kiev's favor. With Zelensky betting that long-range drones can do what conventional weapons could not, bring the fight directly to Russia's strategic backyard.
Well, this week on Fault Lines, we do seem to have stories that really tell you about drone warfare. And as far as naval warfare is concerned, even that, the future, may not just be about crude submarines, but AI-powered underwater drones. The United States, the UK and Australia have announced a major new AUKUS project to develop cutting-edge unmanned undersea vehicles. The drones are expected to carry out surveillance missions, track enemy submarines, protect critical undersea infra, and even support combat operations. Listen in to what exactly the Australian Defence Minister said there, and then we tell you exactly what this project is all about.
I think the fundamental point that we're making is that when we are thinking about the rules-based order, it is now not just about seaborne trade, although it obviously clearly continues to be about that, but it's not just about that. We now need to be thinking about the seabed and what lies there, because that is fundamental infrastructure for all of our countries. We are seeing incidents occur in relation to cables being disrupted. That needs to be our focus, and we need to be making sure that the rules of the road at sea also apply to the seabed.
Let's now tell you what exactly is AUKUS. Australia, UK and the US together. They formed an alliance in 2021. It was created to strengthen military cooperation, share advanced defense technology and increase intel sharing, and also enhance security in the region that matters to all of them most, which is the Indo-Pacific. It's also meant to counter growing challenges in the entire region. So that's really the premise of why AUKUS came about in 2021. Now let's tell you what exactly that underwater drone deal is all about. What exactly is it that they are building? Well, it's an unmanned underwater vehicle that they are building, which is also known as underwater drones. In fact, the timeline of this is quite clear, which is that the first systems are expected from 2027 onwards, which is next year. And these drones, well, the real reason for it is specifically they are expected to ensure intel gathering, surveillance and recce as well, and ensure that they mine countermeasures as well. That's most important. These are going to be operational as far as those contested waters in the Indo-Pacific is concerned. And undersea cables, a very important critical infrastructure, will also be protected by these underwater drones, besides communications networks. The reason why it's being done right now, of course, is because of rising incidents with regard to undersea cable being damaged, sabotage instances that are coming to light, and of course there's rising competition beneath the oceans that is only growing. And that of course means that the seabed infrastructure becomes that much more important and critical for these countries, which is why these underwater drone deals is now such an important part, and that's the reason why it's right here on Fault Lines. Well, that's all we could wrap up in this edition of Fault Lines for you viewers. As always, we get you what really is the fault line across conflicts, how is it that modern warfare is looking, and what will be the big factor that will decide on conflicts going forward. Thanks so much for watching this edition.
Bharosa on Modi ji, an extraordinary management and assurance of courage given by Amit Shah ji to all the people. We are with you.
Illegal migrant, ये बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठिया के लिए ये दोनों पार्टी प्रतिबद्ध है, देश की जनता के लिए नहीं, इसलिए देश के जनता ने उसको नाकार.
भय से भरोसा is the transition which is happening now. भय से मुक्ति is the victory being depicted.
अब आपकी सरकार ओडिशा और बंगाल दोनों में है, तो रसगुल्ला किसका है? ओडिशा का या बंगाल का?
ओडिशा का है। महाप्रभु जगन्नाथ की रसगुल्ला है, रसगुल्ला दोनों की है।
I think it will be good to bring back the confidence of industry.
The people of Kerala understood the real politics of CPM and left the Democratic Front.
And that kind of victory is truly astonishing. And I do believe it marks a return of the Congress with the kind of mandate to bring about radical transformation.
TMC is facing a backlash on the streets of Kolkata and fighting for its survival in West Bengal Assembly and the Parliament. Mamata Banerjee has made claims that he has the support of over 60 MLAs that have switched from the TMC, and speculations are rife about MPs appearing before the Speaker to lead the TMC. Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee are in a huddle to save the party. They are in Delhi and set to attend the meeting of the NDTV Bloc and reach out to the MPs. TMC has about 28 members in Lok Sabha, 30 members in Rajya Sabha. They won 80 seats in the recently concluded assembly elections, but now about 60 MLAs have deserted the party. In the midst of all of this, the opposition alliance is set to hold a crucial meeting in the national capital on the 8th of June. Well, according to the Congress party, 23 political parties have confirmed their participation. TMC has affirmed that NDTV Bloc is united and meeting with a common purpose and a clear intent. Ahead of this meeting, Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal met Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. Even though AAP has distanced itself from the coalition, taken a sharp dig at the Congress party and said that BJP and Congress are hand in gloves to weaken the smaller parties. Another India Bloc party, DMK, has claimed that it will boycott the meeting as the party is not part of the alliance after the Congress betrayal in Tamil Nadu. Congress leader Rashid Alvi has stated that the smaller parties should merge with the Congress party as BJP will not allow them to survive.
Certainly after the meeting we will tell the agenda. We are discussing about the current political situation in the country. The way in which the government of India is bulldozing anti-democratic attitudes and the issue of students.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Anusha Soni. A quick check of the headlines first. The political storm inside TMC is now threatening to spill into Parliament. Sources say a group of rebel MPs are preparing to approach Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, demanding that Abhishek Banerjee's appointment as parliamentary leader be rejected. MK Stalin, EPS launch sharp political attack, predict the downfall of Vijay-led government. Stalin says Vijay government is only because of the support of his allies. EPS says Vijay government will continue to be unstable. Hitler remark by Telangana Chief Minister triggers row. Revant Reddy says Hydra is inspired by Hitler. BJP slams Telangana Chief Minister over analogy, demands an unconditional apology from Reddy. LPG prices hiked again. Domestic LPG cylinder prices up by ₹29. Opposition hits out at centre, says common person is burdened by the LPG price rise. And centre defends LPG price hike, says consumers shielded from the true LPG cost, asserts that LPG is under recovery between 600 to 700 rupees. An Indian man killed in US, out for job, shot dead by 2 gunmen. Suspected targeted attack under probe. Fake pizza order was used as a trap. And Akhilesh Yadav faces backlash for the Ram Mandir claim. Akhilesh goes on to say that crores in offering missing from Ram Mandir Temple Trust. The Temple Trust, meanwhile, has hit out over Akhilesh's claim. They have said, and I'm quoting what the trust has said, that all transactions and the records are maintained. Accounts have been maintained and it's a transparent process. BJP has also hit out over Akhilesh's claim. Akhilesh is anti-Sanatan, insulting Ram Mandir. BJP goes on to say that Akhilesh is going through mental bankruptcy. That's the word coming in. Let's first listen into what Akhilesh Yadav had to say.
अखिलेश जी सनातन विरोधी हैं। अखिलेश जी सनातन का अपमान करते हैं। उन्होंने राम मंदिर का अपमान किया, कार सेवकों पर गोली चलाया, काशी विश्वनाथ का अपमान किया और अखिलेश जी ने 1 रुपए का भी योगदान उनका मंदिर के निर्माण में नहीं है, लेकिन उनको मंदिर के पैसे की चोरी दिख रही है। हमें लगता है अखिलेश जी मानसिक दिवालियापन से गुजर रहे हैं और अखिलेश जी को सनातन के अपमान के अलावा कोई काम नहीं है।
ये श्रद्धालुओं के लिए, भगवान राम में आस्था रखने वालों के लिए और जो लोग अपनी आस्था से कुछ चढ़ावा चढ़ा के जाते हैं, उन लोगों के लिए बहुत ही कष्टदायक है, पीड़ादायक है। इसलिए ट्रस्ट के मुख्य कार्यवाहक जो हैं, चाहे अध्यक्ष, चाहे चंपत राय जी, चाहे उनके अध्यक्ष जो हमारे मिश्रा जी हैं, उनमें से किसी व्यक्ति को आगे आके इस पर साफ सफाई देनी चाहिए, स्पष्ट बताना चाहिए क्या ये मुद्दा है, नहीं है। जनभावनाओं का ध्यान रखते हुए कोर्ट की तरफ से कुछ न कुछ आना चाहिए, स्वयं संज्ञान कोर्ट ले और इसमें जांच हो, पता लगे कि वास्तव में सच्चाई क्या है।
हमारे यहाँ राष्ट्रीय में जो भी निर्णय होता है सबके बातचीत करने से होता है, सब लिखित रहता है। लेन देन का हमेशा हिसाब चलता है, लेकिन इसमें लेन देन में बिल्कुल सही चल रहा है, सबको सद्भावना प्रेम बना है। तो राम जी सब देख रहे हैं, राजनीति वाले कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं, रामलीला का जो काम हो सब सही चल रहा है। ट्रस्ट में ऐसी गलती करेंगे ही नहीं।
My colleague Ranveer Singh joining us live from Lucknow. Ranveer, give us a context of what Akhilesh Yadav said and the kind of rebuttal coming in from the Temple Trust and the BJP.
Actually, yes. From yesterday, a fuss was going on over missing fund of the donation in Ram Mandir Trust. So, since yesterday, no one was saying a single word, but there was unverified reports that some funds are missing from the Ram Mandir Trust, and it is in crores. And Akhilesh Yadav, the Samajwadi Party chief today, posted on social media claiming that crores rupees are missing from Ram Mandir Trust, and Ram Mandir Trust should reply. And in evening, Ram Temple Trust clarified that the audit process is going on, and that's why there are some kind of, you can say fuss, or you can say some kind of gossip are going on over this missing fund from the donation received by the Ram Mandir Trust in Ram Temple. So now the war of word between Samajwadi Party and BJP and the Hinduvadi outfits, this is going on, and Samajwadi Party claims that there are some funds which are missing, and as per media reports, it is around 7 crores or 8 crores, but there is no clarification yet. But the claim by the Samajwadi
Ranveer, as you give us all those details, Anurag Bhadoria from the Samajwadi Party is joining us on the broadcast. Anurag ji, namaskar. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast today. What is the authenticity and what is the substance of the claim which has been made by Akhilesh Yadav? I presume he is a responsible, respected leader. And when he has made such an accusation on social media, there must be solid grounds for that.
मुझे लगता है कि उन्होंने कहा है तो ये मंदिर को बताना चाहिए कि वहाँ के जो मैनेजमेंट के लोग हैं या जो उसको देखते हैं
जी,
उनको उसके बारे में जवाब देना चाहिए कि क्या सही है। वो ये तो जवाब तो मंदिर वाले देंगे ना, मंदिर के जो हेड करते हैं, मंदिर को जो देखते हैं
जी।
तो जब वहाँ के समाजवादी पार्टी के लोकल लीडर ने भी ये बात कही
जी,
तो उनको ये बात का, इस बात को क्लेरिफिकेशन तो टेम्पल वाले देंगे ना, मंदिर वाले देंगे कि ये ऐसा है कि नहीं है, क्योंकि वो जिस तरह की बात वहाँ